Hi everyone, welcome. This is the third semester B.Sc Zoology 4 Animal Diversity Data Part 1, and this is the last module, class Reptilia. And in this module, we'll be dealing with the salient features of class Reptilia, classification of class Reptilia up to order with a description on examples under each order, and then the type species, where we'll be discussing on Calotis versicolor and we'll be in detail studying on the morphological features and anatomical features. Okay. And this presentation is one of the first in the whole series. And in this presentation, we'll be dealing with the silent features. So regarding the reptilia, all the reptiles, they are cold-blooded, cold-blooded in the sense poikilothermous. They don't have a specific body temperature. They are usually scaly vertebrates. It's that they have a dry skin due to the development of hard and conified epidermis, or it could be due to keratinization, and their exoskeleton consists of epidermal scales, plates, scutes, and spines. And among vertebrates, it is reptiles that is having the epidermal scales to appear first as a terrestrial adaptation, and this helps to prevent loss of water by evaporation. And the body is divisible into head, neck, trunk, and tail, and as already said, it is covered with epidermal scales or scutes. Now, they have like two pairs of limbs, pentadactyl limbs, and hence they are tetrapodous. Then the digits, each of the digits, they have claws ending and digits with horny claws. However, limbs are absent in snakes and in some lizards, for example, Ophiurosaurus. Then mouth is terminal, jaws provided with simple conical teeth. The teeth are replaced by horny beaks in the case of turtles and tortoises. We'll be dealing it when we discuss on the tortoises and turtles there. A typical cloaca is present. The endoskeleton, it is bony in nature and skull with a single median occipital condyle. Hence, the skull is monocondylian in nature. Okay, there is only a single occipital condyle, and it is with this condyle it articulates with the vertebral column or the first vertebrae, that is the atlas of the vertebral column. Then they have a procoelous vertebrae. That is, as you can see over here in the first figure, this is the anterior part of the vertebra where it is actually concavity is present, while the posterior part is having a protuberance, okay, a convexity. So this kind of a vertebra is known as a procoelous vertebrae. When we discussed on amphibia, we already saw that they do have procoelous vertebrae. Now, monocondylian skull is seen, and the jaw suspension is of orthostylic in nature. They have temporal fossa, and it is based upon the number of temporal fossae or the nature of temporal fossae the classification is based upon. Okay, so except for Cotylosaura and Chelonia, which comes under anapsids, the temporal fossae are present in all the reptiles. Okay. Then respiration, it is by lungs throughout the life. Then vertebrae, it is procoelous as well as gastrocentrous. Gastrocentrous in the sense centrum, it is formed by interventrals and basiventrals being reduced. It is formed by interventrals, while the basiventrals it is being reduced in the case of gastrocentrous vertebrae. Now, respiration, it is, as said, we have it is purely by lungs, and it suits the completely terrestrial mode of life. Then the heart, it is three-chambered, or it could be said as incompletely four-chambered. That is, it is divided into two auricles and incompletely divided ventricles, except for the crocodiles, which have completely four-chambered heart. Then the truncus arteriosus, in the case of heart, the truncus arteriosus is absent. Then in the case of sense organs, we can see that columella oris is present in middle ear, and The sexes are separate. Males usually with a pair of copulatory organs, and an unpaired a copulatory organ in the case of chelonia and crocodilia. That is a chelonia, which includes the turtles, tortoises, etc. Crocodilia, as the name suggests, the crocodiles. And fertilization is internal, and eggs are laid on land, whether it is like sea snake, what do you call the turtles which spend their life in the sea. Still, they come onto the land to lay their eggs, which are large and covered. The eggs are large and covered with leathery shells. They are macrolithical in nature, that is, heavily yolk-laden eggs are found, and the embryonic development takes place depending upon the yolk. Okay, they take up their use the nutrients laden in the yolk, and they have a cleidoic egg, that is, they have shelled egg. The eggs are provided with shells. You can see over here this is the embryo, the yolk sac. It is plenty in nature, and the whole thing, it is covered by leathery shell. Okay, so it is cleidoic. Such kind of eggs are known as cleidoic egg. And this cleidoic egg, it is actually adaptation towards terrestrial life, because such kind of shelled eggs, it prevents water loss by evaporation, and it protects the embryo inside. Similarly, the egg is amniotic in nature, that is, embryo is enclosed within a fluid filled bag called amnion. You can see here the amnion, and it is a fluid filled region where the embryo is found, or embryo develops inside. So such kind of eggs are known as amniotic egg. So in the case of reptiles, they have cleidoic egg. They have macrolithical because of a huge deposition of yolk based upon which the embryo develops, and the amniotic egg because the embryo is enclosed within a amnion or fluid filled bag. Okay, so these are the what you call features which we can see in the case of the reptiles. Okay. Now, when we spoke about temporal fossa, this is actually the different orders, like subclasses of class Reptilia, the subclass Anapsida, Euryapsida, Parapsida, Diapsida, and Synapsida. And here, actually, apsida, the word referred to the fossae. Okay, and the first one, enaments, it doesn't have any. Okay, you can see that they do have bones and they have orbit, but they don't have any temporal fossa. Here, the temporal fossa, it is actually represented by this black, darkly shaded oval shape. And here you can see in Euryapsida, they do have the temporal opening. Similarly, in the Parapsida, and in the Diapsida, as the name suggests, they do have two temporal fossae, supratemporal fossae and infratemporal fossae. Then in the case of Synapsida, the temporal opening is slightly towards the what you call the ventral side of the head region. So this is how the classification is made based upon the number, the nature of the temporal fossa. Okay, so this is about the salient features. Fine. Okay, thank you.